So this is a stream, but it's gonna look like a video because it's gonna be short. It's a short stream about how to get better aim in Rainbow Six Siege on console, because I don't play on PC yet. I actually can't wait to get a PC and be able to play. Alright, so something that you want to make sure and do before any of this, or actually you can do this, you can do it during this, before, definitely not after. But yeah, this is something that you're going to need to do continuously, is play terrorist hunt. And that's not the only part of the answer. What helps a lot as well is knowing your aim. That's what I was going to say you got to do before, or sensitivity. I can't speak. Knowing your sensitivity. Knowing your sensitivity, as in knowing what sensitivity works for you. And apparently this does not work for me because I can't hit anything. No, I just have poopy aim at the moment. Literally just did terrorist hunt right before this and it was perfectly fine. Anyways, first step, figuring out what sensitivity works for you. So if you play a lot of Call of Duty, you might already know how, generally speaking, how fast you like your sensitivity. Me, when I came from Call of Duty initially, so I already knew that in Call of Duty I play on the high sensitivity there is. So being able to kind of pre-assess what your sensitivity should be beforehand is an important part of this. I already knew that mine was going to be fast, so I started off, when I first started playing this game, I started off around 70 or something. That part, what exactly you start on, is up to you, but if you start off on a fast sensitivity, start on like something around 70, maybe 80, and then work your way up or down depending on how you like that, but just kind of experiment with it. It's a big part. Vertical sensitivity, it's, at least for me and a lot of people I know, vertical sensitivity should be lower than the horizontal, just because it feels faster. You're going to be looking horizontally a lot more than you're going to be looking vertically. While you do look vertically, you do look up and down quite a bit in this game. Most of it is horizontal, so finding the mix between horizontal and vertical, because you do have to look diagonally and all these kinds of things, whether it's a small diagonal, to just slightly adjust your aim, or if it's like you're making a flick from one window to the next, that's a huge horizontal or diagonal flick or something like that. But yeah, getting a mix, knowing what your mix is between horizontal and vertical is a huge part. Most people don't talk about that. But knowing what your sensitivity is in relation to what your vertical is a huge part of it, because you're going to be doing this a lot, which is a combination of both. Doing a lot of this. And even small ones, it's like that, gradually going up or gradually going down, is a huge part of it. Something else that helps, a lot of people say crosshair placement, which is huge, yes. What the heck is this dude? What did he trip over, bro? But a big part to that specifically isn't just always keeping your sights at around high chest to head level. It's also already, what helps at least me a lot is trying to already be looking at what part you want to shoot at before you aim down your sights. So it's not just simple as keep your crosshair at head level and then you bang. Because let's say, let's get out of my way. So let's say, oh, I could have used that as an example. Let me find another C4. It's also like, let's say I'm trying to shoot that little dot right there. You see that dot? Well, when I'm in a gunfight with someone, I don't want to be looking right here and then aim down my sights and then have to adjust. What I want to do is already adjust while I'm aiming down my sights. I mean, I'm not hitting it exactly right now. There, that was a good one, but getting darn close every time. You know, I am doing the same thing over and over again, but trying to get it already there. That's a really precise thing right there. Like, hardly ever you're gonna have to hit a shot that's that small, but you're gonna have to do it every once in a while. Usually those shots that you have to hit, you'll have a bit more time to adjust to, but not always. See, as I was aiming down my sights, I looked to the right a bit more so that I could, you know, shoot him in the head. Another thing is knowing which way to lean. That's something that's small, basic, I guess you could say. Something you learn early on. It's mostly goes with which way you're peeking. Like I'm peeking this way, so as I'm peeking the doorway, I don't want to be aiming this way because then I'm gonna be looking into the wall while the rest of my body is exposed from this angle. This right here, good. Don't ever do this either. This is dumb. The only way you want to not aim down your sights is if you're holding an angle like this. If you're holding a specific angle that's, let's say, blocked by a wall, like let's say there was a wall right here continuing down and I wanted to keep an angle, or like something right here in my way, let's say this, that, like if I were to be stuck and if I lean too much then it makes the pixel angle too wide to where they can see me, or if I lean this way I just can't see anything, something like that. Like this. If I can't move to the right exactly because I was stuck in between these. If I can't just, if I want to, you know, there's that might be too big. This can't see anything. That's perfect right there. That's the only time you never want to lean. You don't, like, the only time you will not lean. Every other time you want to be leaning. But knowing which way to lean is a good one, and then knowing which way to lean while you're shooting. So a lot of people, not everybody does this, but a lot of people will lean the opposite way or unlean or do something as they're in the middle of the gunfight. They'll go like this and then or they'll do something like, you know, adjust the leaning. Being able to lean to the right without too much incorrection or deviation. You know, when you lean to the right, let's say you're shooting, when you lean to the right, you don't get out of here. Oh, there's a C4 there. Oh well, I died. You don't want, because it's the right thumbstick and the thumbstick that you're going to be using to aim down your sights in most cases, I mean, unless you changed your pattern, you're going to want to be able to press that button and adjust your sights at the same time without, you know, pressing it and then flicking in the direction that you don't want to, you know what I mean? I'll show you in a second once I'm not dead anymore. I'll just use Ash again, because why not? I have better aim with Ash than I do with Zofia. I don't know why. Probably because the angled grip. Anyways. If you're shooting right here, you want to lean to the right. See how I adjusted to the left a little bit? Because if my target's right there, I'm looking at it right here, I don't want to lean and then be shooting right here. That's not good. So you need to be able to adjust. That's a very small target. So it's hard for me, but It's easy for me to do while I'm moving, but being able to adjust as you're leaning is a big part of it, because you're never going to get in a gunfight where you're just standing still. Okay, you will if you're holding an angle, but there's going to be often times where you're going to be moving while you're shooting a person. So where's my aim? On top of the horizontal and vertical combination of sensitivities, gotta keep in mind what your ADS sensitivity is. That's probably the biggest one when it comes to actually aiming. Finding what ADS sensitivity works with you. So mine, personally, I keep it slow. Otherwise I'll be going all over the place trying to control the recoil. I'll end up going like this when I'm trying to control recoil. I personally don't flick a lot while my sights are aimed down. I usually slightly aim down my sights, or slightly unaim, my bad. And then, you know, like that, throwing a flick. So I can still aim down my sights quickly, and I already have the immediate, I already have myself. When I want to shoot, I already have my sights aimed down. When I want to shoot, what else is there? Learning how to move while you're doing it is a huge thing. Adjusting for height when you're crouching. So I'm shooting there. I'm not gonna want to shoot right at their stomach or something, so I'm gonna want to. It's easier to do when you're standing back up because you could press. Wait, no, it's not. It's not easy to do. Period. Because the crouch button is the same. Unless you do claw or have a scuff or whatever the case is, controller mapping, the right thumbstick and crouching use the same finger, which I can't do claw. I have an Elite controller on Xbox, and on PS4 I just use a normal controller. And that's my cue to go. Good thing I covered pretty much everything I can think of. So I will get out of here. So yep, that's pretty much everything. If I missed anything, just let me know and I'll cover it in another video stream. See ya.